Hey guys, it's Sebastian here. Over the past 8 days, I was able to generate over $105,000 with Shopify Dropshipping. So in this video, I'm going to go over exactly what I was able to do and how I did it, the exact Facebook ad structure, everything like that. I've been documenting a lot on this store lately on this channel, so hopefully you guys are getting massive value from that. I'm just trying to provide as much value as I can for you guys because at one point in my life, I had no idea what I was doing with Shopify Dropshipping, and I'm now at the point where I have a pretty good understanding of what I'm doing with Facebook ads, product selection, how to scale ads, and all that stuff. So before I get into this, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe below. But now that is out of the way, let's get into this video. Before I get into exactly how I did this, here's my lifetime dashboard. The revenue is 105K, and then the product cost is 7,800, marketing cost 8,400, and this product cost does not include shipping, but the net profit does include product cost and shipping and marketing costs and payment processor fees. So it's very accurate, around $78,000 profit in 8 days, which is really good considering I've only been running the store for around 35 to 40 days. And then here's my Facebook ads dashboard. This is a screenshot. A lot of people are like, oh, Sebastian, you're just posting screenshots. Yes, this is a screenshot, but I don't really have, I don't know how to Photoshop all this stuff, but this is a screenshot of my Facebook ads dashboard from July 1st to 28th. As you'll notice, this revenue is really low because if you guys have seen from my Instagram posts and all that stuff, I'm almost at $200,000 for the month and it's only tracked 87K, so not even $90,000, let alone $180,000. It's skipping out on around 90 grand, but nonetheless on here it's already tracked, or it's tracked 14.5 thousand spent, which is accurate, and again only tracked 87K. Now this is still a 6 ROAS, which that's good, but it is definitely lower than my actual ROAS considering a lot of the purchases are not tracked, and I have a great idea as to why. Some people share the post with friends, some people go onto a different device and purchase. So that's the main reason why a lot of ads haven't actually tracked every single purchase. So that's my ads manager because a lot of people asked that in the last case study. Now let's get into exactly how I did this because these results are pretty impressive if I'm being completely honest. Product selection is the first thing I want to talk about. A lot of people have different approaches with this. I just personally don't like testing a ton of products, so a lot of people test like 10 products weekly. Instead of doing that, I take my time and due diligence to find products and wait until I find a really good product because I don't want to put in a ton of time in testing a product that may not even work. I would rather put in a lot of work trying to find 2 to 3 products and then have them knowingly work and then essentially just test them and see which one performs best. That's my approach. It's very simple. I just take my time with it because I know the product I find that is going to work well, it's going to make me a lot of money, so I'm completely fine with waiting a little bit to actually find that winner. The next important point is picking a problem-solving product that is scalable. An example would be a knee brace for older people who have knee issues. So a lot of older people do have joint pains and more specifically knee issues. I know my grandpa has knee issues and I've actually considered buying him this product just because it is a big issue, and a lot of elders again do have that issue. So that would be a good product. That in itself is a 6-figure per month product. I'm giving that away for you guys. It's something that happens to quite a few people, so it is definitely a scalable product. Now don't think that overnight you're going to get amazing at finding product. It does take time to develop the skill, so just be patient with it and continuously try, and you will gradually get better with finding the right products. It took me around 1 to 2 years before I started identifying winners pretty quickly, and that is quite a bit of time. A lot of people don't even try dropshipping for more than a few months, let alone a few years. So I would just say stick with it, and it's not going to be like your first product is going to make you millions of dollars. Maybe it will, but you definitely shouldn't count on that. So just again, stay patient and the time will come for yourself. It's important to find products that have competitors but that also have room to get into the market and improve on something, whether it's customer support, shipping times, maybe a warranty, something like that. It's very important to look for products that are being sold on other people's websites that have a good base, but maybe they're not doing something right, where then you can hop into the market and sort of dominate that market by just improving on the things that they are missing out on. Now we're going to get into the juicy part of this video, which is the Facebook ads. I'm going to go very slow with this, so I'm going to go Facebook ad creatives, then I'll get into testing phase, then micro scaling, and then scaling with LLAs and all of that stuff. I'm doing this because some people may have not seen my previous videos that explain this, so I figure I might as well just add it. So Facebook ad creatives. When starting, I just use one video ad. A lot of people have different strategies for this, and for Facebook ads as a whole, I've had tons of people ask me like, what do you think of this guy's strategy? What do you think of this? What do you think of just running engagement ads and then doing LLAs off of engagement and all that stuff? And it's all cool, but I personally don't really do that. But I'm going to explain exactly my strategy. So again, I just test one video ad in the beginning, and then during these 7 days that I told you guys that I scaled to over $100,000, I did get a total of 3 new creatives and threw those into the mix to see if I could potentially get higher click-through rates, which is what CTR means. These new creatives had different clips of the product being used, and then also had different starting clips to potentially hook the audience to view the video for a longer amount of time. All my videos are normally 30 to 40 seconds long. Sometimes you can run longer ads, it just depends. For myself, I have one video that's pretty long, and I don't get a good click-through rate, but the thing is, my conversion rate is better because the video is more in-depth on the product. So, you definitely have to outweigh whatever is more beneficial for yourself. But again, just test a lot of things, because a lot of people have one strategy and just follow that to the T. I'm a big advocate of just testing a shit ton of strategies and seeing what works well, because again, no one knows everything with Facebook ads. You just have to go out and test. There was one point where no one knew how to even run Facebook ads, and it was just a platform that just got developed. So keep that in mind if you are ever hesitant to test anything else that isn't being mentioned. Again, someone at one point had to create a strategy for all of this stuff, and so at one point we were all beginners. For myself, I always bring up the problem in my starting clips for my ad creatives in the first 3 seconds or so to hook the audience to then view your video for a longer amount of time. And then I have top-notch ads create my video ads for my dropshipping products. I personally don't have the time to actually create them on my own, so I again just use this website. I'll have a link in my description for that, as well as a $5 off coupon code if you guys would like to actually check out with them. Now the next thing is the Facebook ads testing phase. So when I start the store, I launch one conversion CBO. Yes, I said conversions. Again, a lot of people do like PPE and stuff like that. I don't really see the point in that. I just go straight for conversions with a CBO, 10 ad sets, and I structure the campaign and ad sets like so. I have one unique interest per ad set, which is 500K to 50 mil plus audience size. I uncheck detailed targeting expansion. I do US only, simply because I want to manage the right shipping time. So if I do worldwide and I exclude a few countries, I'm going to have to manage volatility with shipping times, and that's not really something I'm interested in. So if I just manage US, the shipping times are very, very consistent. So that's why I do US only, and then I do 18 plus, both genders, English language, and my pixel is targeted for purchase. And then my minimum spend is half of the CBO's daily spend divided by 10 ad sets. An example, if I have a $100 per day CBO, I divide that in half, so $50, and then I divide that by 10, which is $5, and then I will delegate $5 minimum spend per ad set to give them each the chance to actually spend some money every single day, so they can at least collect some data and see if they are potential winners. The main purpose of this testing phase is simply to just test audiences and figure out which perform well, so that you can then go out and test similar ones and then see which again perform well, and then you should have enough interest in ad sets to actually begin starting to scale a little bit. Not really like heavily, but just sort of micro scaling, which is what I'll get into in this next slide. So for Facebook ads micro scaling phase, after you identify the ad sets that perform well, you want to put them into 2 campaigns like so. If you have 5 ad sets that did well, you want to take them both, duplicate the 5 into a CBO and an ABO, and you want to have again the same exact ad sets in each. I normally will do double to triple the normal budget, so if I have a $50 a day CBO that I'm running with for testing the first 10 ad sets, I will double to triple that, and then I'll put that in a CBO, and then if it's an ABO, I'll triple the total budget and give each individual ad set that budget. Now you can do whatever you're comfortable with. Again, this isn't like set in stone stuff. You can definitely be a little flexible with this. A lot of people, again, think that this is just the Holy Bible and you guys need to follow this to the T. It's not. You guys can be a little flexible. A lot of people are very hesitant to do so, and I urge you guys to definitely go out of your way and test other stuff, because again, no one knows everything with Facebook ads. Simultaneously, you want to launch another campaign with 10 ad sets that are new, that are essentially similar interests to the ones that are performing well, so that you can potentially have new interests to scale with when you move into the scaling phase. So for the past 8 days, when I generated you $105,000 in revenue, this is essentially what position I'm at right now with my ads. I've actually gone in and created LLAs for view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and then actually tonight I'm doing purchase LLAs because I haven't really had the time to launch those. So essentially what I do, I take one CBO for each metric with no minimum spend per ad set as follows. I do 1%, 1 to 2%, 2 to 3%, 3 to 4%, 4 to 5%, all the way up to 9 to 10%, which totals out to 10 ad sets. And then I put the CBO budget with $100 per day. I could do more, like 1 to 200, but I don't know if all these ad sets are going to perform well, so I just do like 100. And then after I analyze and figure out which ones are performing well, then I'll take those and then put those into another CBO with a higher daily spend. I'm hoping by now you guys understand that Facebook advertising can be very logical, and it doesn't have to be super tactical, like do this, do this, do this. because that's not what it's like. It's like you just have to test a ton of ad sets, test audiences, figure out what works. If the product works and if your ads are working well, then take those, give them a little bit of a higher spend, see if they still perform well while you're simultaneously collecting data. And then once you have enough data, you will create LLAs and scale with this. And then you do the same process over again. So now you're testing these ad sets that are more likely to perform well, and then you see which ones are actually performing well, and then you take those and put those into even more CBOs, and essentially just keep rinsing and repeating until you are scaled and have a high daily spend that is very profitable. Understand, it is extremely difficult for myself to actually manage my ads right now, simply because Facebook is not tracking all of my purchases, because a lot of people are tagging people in my post. A lot of people are going onto new devices and buying, which makes it almost impossible to turn off ad sets, because I don't know which ones are performing well, simply again because a lot of the purchases aren't tracked on the ad set that I actually got the sale from, simply because they're going onto a new device or tagging a friend or something like that, which is very unfortunate. So it does make it really hard to actually manage the ads, but I'm not complaining. As you guys saw, only $8,400 spent to generate over $105,000. That is not bad at all. I cannot complain. Now, the most important part of all this scaling stuff is customer support, managing it properly, and also upselling stuff in your customer support. So if you're doing email marketing and email support and live chats, make sure you integrate upsells in those. So let's say you have a product that solves a problem for a customer, and then you have a complementary product that helps them even more. So let's say you're selling a knee brace, and then you also have comforting shoes that are good for helping their posture and stuff like that, because I'm sure if they have knee problems, they may also have foot problems and stuff like that. What you could essentially do is also mention this in the live chats. You could say something like, hey, we're also releasing this new product. If you guys would like to purchase that as well, we can definitely get you a good discount. Something like that would definitely help increase your average order value, and you would also increase your profits. For myself, over 50% of my revenue generated comes from orders from where people have actually opted in for one upsell or another, which is pretty crazy to think that more people opt in to upsells than not, which I'm super hyped for and I'm grateful for. So definitely integrate all of that stuff, as well as quantity breaks. And then the last thing is valuing your customers. So this is very important when you are scaling customer support. Taking care of them is the most important thing, because if you scale your ads but you don't treat them well, the customers well, you won't have a good business at all. In order to have all these sales stick to where you don't have chargebacks or returns, you need to make sure all of your customers are immensely satisfied with your service that you're providing to them, and also the product. So what I do is I always make sure that I have fast responses with emails. It's normally around 1 hour, and then live chats are very fast, and I just always make sure that my customers have all the questions answered that they need. I also make sure that the customer support team is happy and cheerful with their responses. I never want to have anyone be irritated with the customer, because at the end of the day, the customer is always right, even if they are wrong. If I'm being completely honest, it's less of a headache to just agree with the customer than actually start arguing. You'll build up a bad reputation if you do that, so it's normally not a good idea to do so. Once you actually provide a good product, provide fast shipping and good customer support, people refer you to friends. So if I'm selling this knee brace and I sell it to an old lady, and then she has a friend who also has knee problems, she may refer her friend to it if she had a great experience with the store that I'm running. And then also maybe she wants to buy something for her husband, like more knee braces. She can go on and become a repeat customer. Now, if I provide a terrible service to her and have slow responses and my shipping times are terrible, she won't come on and buy anymore, which is something very important. So keep this in mind when you're scaling. You always want to take care of this stuff as well. That's essentially how I did over $105,000 in 8 days Shopify dropshipping. I'm sorry I didn't go on my Facebook Ads Manager live, like on my website. If I'm being honest, I don't know how to blur out some of the stuff. I'm not really good with like editing and stuff like that, so I have no idea how to do that. But here is my Ads Manager for this month of July. Also, it's very hard to show you guys everything because the revenue is not all tracked. So a lot of people get irritated with that and get mad at me and think I'm like lying. I don't sell a course. I don't really have any purpose to lie. I'm just trying to provide value for you guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, smash the like button and click subscribe below. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can also drop those in the comment section below. And if you guys do want to get daily updates on my revenue and what I'm doing and all that stuff, follow my Instagram. I'll have a link in the description because I post that pretty much every single day. Also, Top Notch Ads, they're the ones who make my video ads, so I'll again have a link in the description for that. But other than that, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.